am?
Yep.
Well, hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Real Estate Matters. For over 11 years, the voice of real estate in Flagler County and Palm Coast, Florida. I'm Toby Tobin. I'm the publisher of GoToby.com, contributing writer to the Palm Coast Observer, and a Florida licensed realtor with the Landmark Group at Compass. I got co-host Anna Maria Long with the Flagler County Home Builders Association in the studio with me today. Just the two of us, no guests.
And plenty to talk about.
Plenty to talk about. Her favorite topic lately. First, we want to thank our sponsors. Our lead sponsor is Veranda Bay. It's a private developing community on John Anderson with lots and luxury homes on the Intercoastal Waterway with a Flagler Beach address, featuring custom homes by Olson Homes, AR Homes by Arthur Ruttenberg, ICI Homes, and Holbert Homes. And then newly added to a new section they just opened, Toll Brothers and Dreamfinders. You can get lots of information at their website. It's verandabay.com. We're also sponsored by your employer,
The Flagler Home Builders Association.
And by the Hammock Community Church, where I hang out every Sunday morning at the 11 o'clock service. It's a little church in the Hammock on A1A. It's a mile and a half north of the toll bridge. Now we're recording this on October 2nd for broadcast on October 4th. Mm-hmm. So all of these numbers are as of the 2nd. And we can look pretty much at September. It's not final yet because the realtors technically have, I think it's 3 days to post their sales. So we still have some more sales coming in, but these numbers are at least, we have sold at least 250 homes. Now, if you recall, last week, I think it was 171 or something like that.
Yeah, it was high, but we didn't think it would.
We didn't think we'd hit last.
Gonna jump like that.
We didn't think we would even match last year's number, which
we haven't in months.
Well, actually, you're right. We haven't. But last year, it was 221. This year, 250. So that's substantially up. And unusually, we'll get to this point in a minute here. Last year, there were 221 homes. The median price last year was 362.4. This year, 375.5.
So more homes sold at a higher cost.
At a higher price. Now, the last couple of weeks, we've kind of hinted at we're starting to see little things to sniff at that might indicate that we're turning the corner. Mm-hmm. Well, this week's more things to sniff at.
Yeah.
In the 250,000 and lower category, which we track every week, there were 11 homes sold, 6 of them for cash. Days on market, 11 days. So
Snatching them up.
That's a hot segment, and the 6 out of 11 cash is a pretty healthy number. It means some investors are still in the market.
But it means also that some probably first-time home buyers or folks that are on a tight budget are able to get in the housing market, which is really important.
And I read an article, and I didn't write down the details just the other day, that one of the national industry analysts was saying that the people that have been holding off selling are finally just kind of busting loose. If you have pressure to upsize or downsize or to move for a job, you can only hold off so long.
Yeah.
And they were commenting that it was particularly people that had existing mortgage rates below 3%.
Of course.
That were jumping into a 6% plus market.
Well, now with the interest rates coming down some, I think that we can presume that helped these home sales as well.
Okay, and in the $1 million plus category, 15 homes were sold in the last month, and 10 of those 15 were for cash. Days on market, 95. So that compares the overall days on market was 62. So 62 overall, 11 for the low end of the market, and 98 for the high end of the market. Number of homes listed, 1,291. That's down from 1,438 just in July. So we're down
That puts us to what?
almost 10%
So it
down.
was 4 months inventory? 5?
Well, I didn't do the math, but
Oh, sorry.
in your head, divide 250, which was the number of homes sold,
Uh-huh.
into 1,291, and I make that out to be a little bit over 5.
Oh, I was going to use my calculator. Okay, 5 months it is.
Well, if it were 1,250,
Oh, right.
it would be 5.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So 1,291 probably makes
You
it
know, I
5
majored in English, right?
5.2. I would never have guessed. Pending home sales, 326. That's up from 294 just a couple of months ago. That's a good sign. Median price of homes pending in the pending file is $388,515. So that's holding steady for it's been around that range for months now.
Indicating that our sales price will stay higher, the higher range than the 370s.
Yeah, that gives you an idea, because that's the listing price as of when they went to contract. Now they might have started out in the market higher and come down over
knowing
time,
that they'll negotiate.
But we're running right now at 97% of current list price as being the sale price. So if you want to just take a educated guess, then multiply 388,515 by 0.97, and that'll give you a hint of what the market's going to be like over the next couple of months. The Gindex, which is the ratio of pending to listed sales, down to 4.9. I'm sorry, down to 3.9 from 4.9.
Huge drop, which is good. Drops are good on the Gindex.
Yes, they are. That should be, in a healthy market, that should be down in the 2 to 2.5 range.
But we were at, what, 5.1?
In a robust
5.1 or 5.3 when you brought this back?
We were over 5. So just to sum up, the number of homes sold is up 13.1% from a year ago, and it's the best month since June. But here I was starting to make the point earlier, and I want to make it now, that historically, the months that show the most number of homes sold, closings, this is not pendings, but closed sales, are March through August.
Right.
And I've been tracking this for many years, and I've got a graph that shows like the last 15 years, and it's almost always March through August, which, if you factor in the contract cycle from going to contract to close, that's a month and a half or 2 months. So the best selling months then are January through June. But September is not one of the best selling months. And it's not one of the best closing months either. But yet,
here we are.
And
how interesting.
So then, just a second. Turn 2 pages instead of 1. The median price was up 3.6% from last September, and that's the best performance since January of this year.
And that's great because there are so many resellers, resell homes on the market. It's not just new construction. So that means that the people selling their homes are getting more for their home.
Yeah, there's so many things that enter into what makes up the median price. And part of it is just your product mix.
Yeah.
Now, for the last couple of years, the new homes, and these are the production builders, the high-end custom builders don't use the MLS system. So we we don't get those numbers.
Right.
So since we're talking about new construction predominantly being the production builders, they tend to be the lower priced
Yes.
new homes.
Mm-hmm.
And for the last couple of years, really, new construction, the median price for new construction is below the median price for existing inventory,
Yes.
which also includes your higher price homes. So if you have fewer new homes, if new homes represent a smaller percentage of the market, which they have done over the last couple of months, then you're going to be weighted more with the big existing inventory.
Right.
So it tends to hold the median price up. Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
And if anyone's thinking like, why would an existing home cost more than a brand new home, then we should mention that those existing homes often come with pools and fences and all kinds of upgrades that wouldn't come on a standard base model production home.
Yeah, and by and large in Flagler County, most of the existing home inventory is block built rather than frame.
Right.
And there's a definite price differential.
Yeah, and there's also the fact that it could be on like a canal lot, and most of those have been built on if they are buildable. So in some senses, you'll be paying for the location more so than the home itself.
And they have bigger lots.
They do.
Than the new homes typically do. Now here's the really important number, because this is the real true measure of the market, and that's the total sales volume. That's what's the total sales number of homes times the price of the home. And the total sales number went up 14.7% from a year ago. And remember, median price only went up 3.6%, but the number of homes went up and the median price went up. So if you multiply those two, it gets higher. So, and that's the best month in total sales since June of 2024. And again, reminder that September is typically not one of the good months.
Yeah.
So
we're supposed to be on a slow month.
Hold those thoughts. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for staying with us. This is the second half of Real Estate Matters, also brought to you by Veranda Bay, our favorite developer down on John Anderson with a Flagler Beach address. We talked about the current market and how the recent month is shaping up to be a pretty good month.
Yeah.
Much better than we even would have thought a week ago.
Right.
We talked about that.
We couldn't have predicted this.
But now we've got something happened today, and again, we're recording this. Was it today or yesterday?
It was technically late yesterday.
Late yesterday.
Which was October 1st.
But it's been in the news for a while that the Home Builders Association would be filing a lawsuit against the city because the city recently raised parks, fire, and transportation impact fees. And the HBA does not disagree with the concept of impact fees.
Not at all.
But the lawsuit challenges the recent increases that exceeded statutory limits, claiming extraordinary circumstances where such circumstances do not exist. And since you're the big poobah at the Home Builders Association and know more about this topic than probably even your lawyer does, I'll turn it over to you to explain what just recently happened, what that means, and then going forward, what's going to happen next, and what kind of outcome do you predict?
Okay, great. Thank you. So first, I know that this is like a super tough concept for a lot of folks, and it is presented often as builders just don't want to pay the fees. But let's be honest and straightforward that builders don't pay these fees. The user does, which means the person who's going to be living in whatever house is being built. So this is not about the builder. Will they potentially sell less houses? Yeah, probably. There's, you know, there was a motion for a moratorium earlier this year, and there's two ways to skin a cat, and this could be one of them. Um, so you may not agree with what the HBA has to say and in our perspective of this. I'm going to try to give you some more background today. And what I would say though is do the research for yourself. Like check it all out. Try to don't try not to listen to everything you've heard in council meetings or even just what I'm saying today. Go to our website, flaglerhba.com/fair fees. I've put some information straight on there from the suit itself, but most importantly, at the very bottom, you can read the complaint and you can also read every single study and document from the city. So both sides are there, and that's what everyone who's interested in this should be checking out. So yeah, when we first started this and the fee studies were presented, the extraordinary circumstances really was the big exclamation point of this is the problem. And the further we got into this, the more problems we actually found. And while we still stand on the extraordinary circumstances being false, there's there's so much more. So just a couple things I will touch on because there's a lot. Like on the roads, for example, on the transportation, the capacity increases are up to 220% on some of the roads. And we don't have that many people coming. And so like the amount of population that will come and the versus the capacity increase.
So the numbers they
don't match, right? And so why does that matter? The new people are paying for it. Well, that's not true because roads are paid for by existing users and new users at a like percentage rate. And then, more importantly, we continue to pay for their upkeep with our taxes, and we'll be paying for them forever.
Yeah, the impact, the concept of impact fees is that growth should pay for itself. That if nobody else moves into town, there are no more cars on the roads. The roads that don't have to be widened from 2 to 4 lanes. We don't have to add
a new road.
We don't have to add a new road. We don't have to add acceleration, deceleration lanes. We don't have to add traffic lights. All of those things. All we have to do is just maintain
maintenance only
what we've got. And but of course, when new people move into town, they not only build and pay for their own roads in their new development, but they go on the tax rolls to maintain. And the existing residents do not pay for those new roads in that new development.
Right. And you did hit a very good point, which is that in their development area. So something that was not done in any of the studies was creating special districting or a special assessment area, and you have to have it an impact fee by law. You have to have a specific, a unique benefit to the fee payer, and those were not established. We'll go to the fire one just to point out. I'm just going to try to touch on each one really quickly. So on the fire, this is spelled out, and I also did a screen grab from the study itself right on the website, but they accounted for our existing personnel of 74 firefighters. And then the additional personnel that will be needed, 33 firefighters, for a total of 107 firefighters, then multiplied that by the cost of a net average cost of new personnel of a firefighter, 563, 723. So instead of charging for the new additional firefighters that will be needed through 2035, which would be to take the cost of the firefighter times the new firefighters, 33 firefighters. Instead, they multiplied the cost of the firefighter times all 107. That's a double charge. So those 74 that are already paid for, that are already working here in our city, are now being charged for again.
So it sounds like some sloppy homework,
Yeah, and that's what I've
or
been saying is it's we
I'd rather think it's sloppy homework than intentional.
oh gosh, yeah, I really don't. I looked into this, and like I said, we didn't catch this until we really got into the nitty gritty of it. We were looking at, and city council was too. I mean, we all had many discussions together, and we were looking at so many other what we thought were bigger problems that this wasn't even seen right from the start. And the same sort of thing happened on Parks and Rec. They are charging for the existing investment as well as the planned future investment. So that means the new user is being charged for the parks that are already here.
Mm-hmm.
And the law is super clear on that. You can't do it.
During the most recent Parks and Recreation review, I was on one of the input committees, and they were using the study of, well, a 5-acre park, what's the price of 5 acres? Well, historically, the city hardly ever pays for a park because
It's usually transactional.
They extract it, yeah.
Plus, we only actually need, gosh, I think it's like 16 acres or something like that to it through 2035. And we're being charged for so much more than that. So yeah, please go to flaglerhba.com/fair fees and look at this all for yourself. Before
do your homework.
Yeah, learn about it.
And your homework should probably not be done on social media.
Yeah, I would highly
idea.
recommend that. You would probably not get a good education from that. Also, if you have trouble sleeping, some of the legalese in here will put you right to bed. So if you're suffering from insomnia.
Good. Well, we got to wrap it up. You want to do the wrap up?
I would love to. Make sure I don't miss anything. I want to make sure to thank Veranda Bay one more time. Our video podcasts of Real Estate Matters are now available on gotoby.com. Just click on podcasts on the top navigation bar.
They're also available on Flagler Radio.
Yes, and you can check them out on flaglerbroadcasting.com and on YouTube.
They have a YouTube channel.
On Flagler Radio on YouTube. And we are on their Facebook, on the WNZF Facebook. We've got a little clip of us. And then if you have a question or suggestion for Real Estate Matters or gotoby.com, reach out to Toby.
386-931-7124, or you can email me at toby@gotoby.com. I'm Toby Tobin, and I approve this show. See y'all next week.